darabna mane evernet ilshatas giratapona. Nolan ilshati will be Arabantlium, Tennessee, Taiwan, Washington D.C., Sweden, and ilshat the Archket was Chalama. Ever Uncle Lucas and had to be saying it. Yeah, we don't do it. Taking it so in that case, our airport friend Ilshat. Ilshat, I got to know him 10, 15 years ago. Met in Taiwan in one meeting, and ever since we met in a several conference and meeting Washington D.C. and Sweden and so on. And one thing I'm surprised about him, in addition to his native language and English, he is well versed in Chinese. That was surprising for me. It's very few of our minority people have a good command of Chinese. I always feel, you have to have a good command of Chinese to fight with Chinese Communist Party. It's a unique individual in that sense. So please welcome Ilshat.
First of all, thanks for this so kind introduction, and also thanks for inviting me to an opportunity to represent the Uyghur, and also to show our solidarity with our Mongol, Tibetan, and other friends. And just 2 days ago, I tweeted in the Chinese. I have more than 10,000 Chinese followers in language. So I always tweet in Facebook and others. 2 days ago I wrote, because in the Wuhan, one kid, because his father and brother was quarantined, so the kid died inside the home without food. So Chinese society was uproaring. They were complaining the Chinese communists, and then I wrote, so many Uyghur kids died in their home or frozen to death, but I never heard so much Chinese anger. And I sympathize for that Wuhan's kid, but one person's injustice is everyone's injustice. So in here, we are all same. We are facing the same dictatorship, which is ruthless, brutal, and suppressing anyone, not sparing anyone, even if he is a Chinese. Now, Wuhan people is experiencing the communist. And Uyghur situation is dire. So I always starting from 17, I say now we are facing genocide. But if I say genocide, a lot of people question it. So I did it, a little bit of research with UN regulation. So let me start it with definition of genocide. And the genocide law was passed in 1948. Its architect was this Jewish jurist, Raphael Lemkin. His definition, I won't go detailed. And this is the UN's definition, committed with intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group as such. And the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of Crime of Genocide, UN passed in 1948, and the resolution 260. And it was also signed by the Chinese government too. And current government and also the previous nationalist government. And with this genocide regulation or resolution, Article 2 of the Convention defines genocide as with this 5 conditions. 1, killing members of the group. 2, causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group. say, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. Say, imposing measures intended to prevent birth within the group. E, forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. There's 5 conditions. One of it which means it's genocide. This is not I made it. It's the UN resolution. And China signed it. Both Republican Chinese or People's Republic of Chinese all signed it. And lessons from past genocide. We can read this. I won't go read it on the paragraph by paragraph. It's written by Robert Nelson. The book's name is Revolution and Genocide. I almost, in my home, very close to my home, have a used bookstore in Virginia. Starting 2017, anything related to genocide, ethnic cleansing, I'm buying it all. So I have probably now close to 50 books. And one I suggest everyone to read it. Howard Samantha's book called Problem Out of Hell, The Genocide and American Age. This next one. And this is the Uyghurs died in concentration camp. This guy, he was a developer. I intentionally put he is not famous, but I have happened to meet him in Malaysia. He was so happy and he felt he's had a lot of money, everything, and he can travel the world. And last year I heard he died in the concentration camp. And this is the testimony. It's not only Uyghur, Kazakh, and Uyghur. This lady, Sairagül, she is now living in Sweden, I believe, Rana, and he is living in Germany. She is in US, mass rape, starvation, torture, everything. You can name it. And in Chinese, I always write, only you have something you cannot imagine, don't think Chinese Communist government can't do. They can do whatever our reasons, unthinkable things, the coolest things, the cruelest things. Please, next one. And now, all university director, president, he is Normal University's president. He is Xinjiang University's president. All the scientists, they never go to mosque. I believe they never go to pray or fast. And especially, like Xinjiang National University, Nur Bekli, he is former governor. He is also from Xinjiang University, which means he is Communist Party member and he is high official within the Chinese system. And one night, they are disappeared and become, what we heard is both of them is death sentence for 2 years delay, and their crime is, one is very funny, one is they says they are planning to establish a caliphate in Islam. Caliphate. I don't know if they understand what is a caliphate meaning. Next. And this is the Medical University's president. This is president of Kashgar University. Others, all is professor. He is a computer professor. His next one. Poet, writer, singer. His next one. Football. And he is an editor. He is a folklore singer. And this is a concentration camp, and this photo is very famous. In the beginning, Chinese say this is education, re-education camps. And then accidentally they put this on the website. And if you look at the teacher always with machine gun and with a camera. So we said, how in the world how like this school? And Chinese immediately next day take up this photo, but we saved it. So it's nice. And then another one is so-called inter-ethnic marriage. I call it rape because if you look at this lady, Uyghur lady, young girl, can you feel they're happy? Marriage is a happy thing in your life, at least with your coming husband. And she is crying. She is more look like attending a funeral. So this is rape. Next one, please. And the kids. All Uyghur kids were sent to boarding school, studying Chinese with a Chinese teacher, and in the social media, you can see so many, and sometimes it's beyond what we can express with heartbreaking. I would say it's bleeding. And this kid was frozen to death because both of his parents was in concentration camp. No one take care. And this frozen case is already 3. We can name it. And some others in the river, some others died at home because of the one take care. Please, next one. And I took that photo because that father now is in Turkey. And 2016, his wife with that 4 kids went back to Urumqi to visit his family. Since then, never come back. No any news. And then one day he was watching the Global Times Chinese video propagating Uyghur kids is dancing in the they call angel daycare. He found out his son inside that video. And he broke down crying over there, and he's crying until now because had not know any news about his kids. And this, I don't think Chinese even want to dress like this, but they are forcing Uyghur kids dressing like this. And that's this, please. And another one nice book to read by Michael Mann, The Dark Side of Democracy. I put this because we said never again. Just 2 days ago we did 75 years of memorial of the Auschwitz's liberation. And now we are witnessing it, we are seeing it, and my friend today morning said, Ilshat, your hair is all white now. Yes. Because this is not, I'm telling a story of others. My brother was killed in 2004. After 1 year I left. He was killed in a restaurant. In front of so many Chinese in that restaurant. And killed by a bunch of Chinese mob. And they told him, we will kill you, Uyghur. And he killed him. 2014, they arrested my elder sister, Ilnur Hassan. Since then, I got lost any news about my elder sister. And then second sister, third sister. My father died in 2015. After few months, I got lost with my mother. If we count this year is 2020, it's 4 years. I don't know if my mother is still alive, my sister is still alive, and their kids still alive. We are bleeding inside. I work in a computer in a government as a contractor doing records information management. And just last Friday, I was having a meeting. I told my boss, sorry, I was so much distracted, but I needed this job. They're supporting me, but we are mentally broken. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to say people. The morning I was saying, I believe we are all the same in this. Before I watched the movie, Pianist, Schindler's List, and after I watched the movie, I shared my tears. I felt sympathy for that Holocaust. After that, I lived my life. Now, since 2017, I am in that movie. And I find so many people watching that movie. They are sharing their tears. They are showing their sympathy, but they're going back home and living their life. But we are keep crying, bleeding, but I still have hope. If we can say in 1945, never again. If we can say pass a resolution in 1948 to stop genocide, I believe we can do it again. Thank you.